Broussard. Backpedaling, long ball. Webster Slaughter. He's got the ball. He's down to the 5-yard line. And the Browns have indeed a chance to win it.
I don't like losing. You got to know what it takes to win in the National Football League. And I think we're going to get there. I truly believe that. I think right now we're not.
With the first pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Baker Mayfield.
This is Everything Browns Nation, and now your host, a lifelong diehard Browns fan just like you, here's Corey Boyd.
This is your celebration. Celebrate good times, come on. Let's celebrate.
Yes. Woo! Celebrate, 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 celebrate. Hey, I am Corey Boyd. It's Everything Browns Nation. We are here 11:17 a.m. to be exact. It is fall time here in Columbus, Ohio. It's brisk. It's cold. I was talking to my man, Producer G, who is holding me down. This is the weather I can't stand. It is annoying. My hoodie is on. I'm not happy, but it is what it is. I want to thank everybody who is tuning in right now, Everything Browns Nation. When you make a comment, let us know where you're making the comment from. Juan, Pat, Mike, and Ramona, thanks for making a comment. Laura BP also in the building, and she says, good morning to you, Laura. It's going to be a good Sunday, ladies and gentlemen, because Cleveland Browns football is on, and guess what? We face the Chargers at 1 o'clock on CBS. It is game day. Kim Spears says good morning, and Laura says it's 23 and snowing in Colorado, and Mike is from Dayton, Ohio. Thank you, everyone, for leaving a comment. We're going to have fun this morning. Tell all of your good friends, confidants, Browns fans to check us out, share us, like us, love us. We do it for the fans. We are the voice of the fans. Check us out on ebsnonline.com. You can find us there. We're live right now streaming. Head on over to the website. Give it a look. You can also find us on YouTube, Everything Browns Nation. Subscribe there too. Instagram, Twitter, BetDSI. Make sure you go over there as well. Promo code Browns18 if you're feeling lucky and betting on the Browns today. Good morning, says JC from Pittsburgh. Rayona from Akron. Austin says, what up? At the game. He's ready to go. He is at the game already. Go ahead, Austin. That's what I like to see. And he gets a big dog bark because he is at the game. Clyde says, what's going on, Corey from Grove City? Now, I'm a man of my word. What up, G?
Don't forget also that we're here every Sunday.
Every Sunday, 11 o'clock-ish. But we will be here every Sunday. Now, I'm a man of my word, ladies and gentlemen. If you were listening last week, watching, or if you've seen the video, last week, I decided, you know what? I don't know about the Ravens game. I don't know. This is what I had to say last week. My prediction. I have games where I pick the Browns, and I have games where I'm not going to pick the Browns. And this is going to be one of them. Now, do I want them to win? Yes. Do I want to be wrong? Yes. I love it when I'm wrong because that means the Browns is going to win. But this is one of them where I just don't think they're going to win. The Ravens winning 24-17 against the Browns. Baker will be held under 300 yards. He threw for 295 last week against Oakland. He'll throw for about 280 with 2 touchdowns today. I have us losing, but if I am wrong, I will come in here and throw a party, and I will take a clip of this audio and play it next week to clown myself. Ladies and gentlemen, but this is... Wow. Welp, ladies and gentlemen, I was dead wrong. Who is that guy in that orange shirt who said the Browns were going to lose to the Ravens? I said Baker Mayfield. We had a question last week, over under on Baker. I said 285 yards. And what did Baker Mayfield decide to do? He went out there and threw for 342. Oh, just pathetic. Boo to me. But you know what? Good. I'm glad they proved me wrong. That's what I get for going with Joe Flacco in the Baltimore Ravens. I should have known not to go to Joe Flacco. Who picks Joe Flacco for anything? That's what I get. Boo to me for picking Baltimore for anything. Go hit that boo button. Is there a boo button? Okay, don't hit it. I don't have it. All right. Boo to me. Boo to me. That's what I get. Mike says, clown yourself. And Pat said, thanks for keeping your word. And Mike gives me a hand clap. If there isn't one thing, I'm only one thing in life. I am a man of my word. I stood up here and picked the terrible Ravens.
You big dummy.
Yeah, there you go. Big dummy. That's what I get. Terrible. Just terrible. The Browns showed up last week and handled their business. Despite my terrible analysis of what was going to happen, just because Joe Flacco went to Pittsburgh and lit them up. He came into the dog pound and he got shut down last week when he came into our home. The defense said no, and I'm telling you guys right now, Denzel Ward, he's already a problem. He is becoming just a stud, a pick that I didn't see this coming. I don't think anybody can look me in the face and say, I knew he was just going to be this great at the 4th overall pick. I know he was going to be good, but this early, I am just so happy for him, because when he got picked number 4, a lot of the people were saying they made a mistake at this pick. Right now, Denzel Ward is balling. He's won Rookie of the Week twice already. And right now, like the question says, can Denzel Ward win Rookie of the Year? Because right now, is there anybody playing better as a rookie than Denzel Ward? Heck, on the defensive side of the ball, it's hard to say who's playing better right now. A blocked kick last week, an interception, and that block kick was huge that he had last week. It actually was the difference in the game after the 12-9 victory. Denzel Ward is a man-child right now. And as an Ohio State fan, I seen this stuff last year, and he's just taking it to the NFL, and I am excited. Eric says, go Browns, first real win that's not close, 30-14. Oh, he's saying that for today. Go ahead and get your bold predictions in the comments, and let me know who your big dog is as well. Go ahead and get your big dog as well in the comment section. Mike with the laughing emoji. Laura says, we love you anyway, Corey. Thank you. Willie with the thumbs up. Fred says, funny. Sam says, unleash the dogs. Mike says, how long does this show last? We go off at 12 o'clock. We may go on a little longer since we got a late start, Mike. And Sam says, it's time this team established an identity as a tough, mean, and gritty team that will punch you in the mouth. Brandon Briggs says Baker. And Brandon says, or D, Rookie of the Year. And Justin says, pumped. Is it 1 o'clock yet? Everybody's getting pumped up. This is Everything Browns Nation. We're here every week at 11 o'clock on Sundays, 11 to 12. We started late today, so I may go a little over. Just let me know how you're feeling today about the Los Angeles Chargers coming into that coming into town after our squeak by of the Baltimore Ravens. CBS, 1 o'clock. Here we go. Richard says OT Browns win by 3. Richard, do you want us to have another heart attack? I can't take another OT win, Richard. I cannot take another overtime scare, Richard. Juan says his big dog is Denzel Ward. Mike says no, Richard, with a laugh. And Natasha says, hey, Corey, we still love you. She's barking in the comments. Jason Elliott says, let's go, Brownies. And JC says, how many people thought we were going to have another tie? And Jeff says, Galloway's big day. And Mike raised his hand. Hey, JC, I was screaming at my television. I don't want a tie. I don't know how you guys felt. I would have rather lost and tied at that point. I couldn't take another tie, especially when it became 4th down and Hugh had a decision to make. I said, do not punt this ball away. You better go for it. Go for the win. Do not punt the ball back to the Ravens. And I'm glad he went for it. And the end result became a victory. Don't second guess it if you didn't get the 4th down. I'm glad he went for it. Go for the win. I didn't want another tie. I couldn't take it, but I'm glad we won. Richard says it is what it is. And LA says I can't do any overtime, especially with Joseph's leg. And Mitchell says rooting for the dog pound from Alaska. Mitchell, all the way in Alaska, we appreciate you tuning in. And Pat says, I'll take any win, 2 in a row. That's right, Pat. I'll take it. And if you're just tuning in, if you tuned in last week, the person you are watching right now decided to pick against the Browns, and he went with Joe Flacco in the Ravens. What a terrible pick. What was I thinking? I thought for some reason he would be able to score because he did against Pittsburgh. But I'm so glad I was wrong. And the Browns proved me wrong. Way to go, Cleveland. Now we are 2-2-1. Ladies and gentlemen, heading into the day. Calvin says, what's up, brother? What's up, Calvin? Thank you for tuning in. Mike says Myles Garrett gets 3 sacks today. I'm taking that's Myles, big dog of today. And Charlie says the Browns win 31-20. Jarvis will be the big dog of the week. Calvin says dog pound in the house. And Shane Bryant says Browns 24-17. And Mitchell says woot woot. Here we go. The fans are in the building because Cleveland Browns football is alive and kicking, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I know a lot of people have jokes about Cleveland, and that is okay. It's a new team, a new regime, and it all starts with the quarterback position and Baker Mayfield. He just brings a new swag that we haven't had in a long time. He's going to make his mistakes, but just having him under center, it gives you hope and it gives you belief. And I was a guy at the beginning of the year, like I said, I keep it real with everybody, whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong. I thought that he should sit the entire year and just learn like Patrick Mahomes did. But guess what? I was wrong. When Tyrod went down and Baker came in, you can just see this offense has changed because of his swag. When he comes into the game down, tied, winning, he comes in like, we're going to score. We got this. He didn't fold, flinch, look scared. It didn't even matter. In overtime, when he had a chance to win the game, he drove it down the field. So we always feel like we have a chance now with Baker under center. And I know people are going to say, well, it's only 5 games. Relax. They got to get film on him. It's not about that. It's about his demeanor. It's different. He always plays with a chip on his shoulder, and that's something that we need. Jim says Myles Garrett will be the big dog. Last week, my heart won on the prediction. These Browns making us all believers. Browns over Chargers by 7, 24-17. And JC says, I think Duke has a big game with Higgins being out. I want to thank everybody for making a comment. And if you're just joining us, let me know where you're making your comment from. You will see the map appear behind me. I fail at this every time, so I'm not even going to point where I'm at. But I'm in the United States. You can see it over my left shoulder, my right shoulder, whatever shoulder that is. I am in Columbus, Ohio. Let me know where you are from. This is the Everything Browns Nation live podcast. You can catch us on evsnonline.com. We stream live on our website. We're here on facebook.com. Everything Browns Nation. Give us a like, give us a follow, give us a share, and give us a review as well if you want to. Let us know how we are doing on the page as well. Also on YouTube and also on Instagram. You can follow us as well as there. This is everything. And when we're done on Everything Browns Nation, if you can't catch us live, SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, you can catch us there as well. We want to appreciate everybody. And Justin says, come on, man. Rally Possum was spotted last week. Can't pick against the Rally Possum. I failed, Justin. I failed. It's okay, though. It is okay. Is there a possum today? Let me know, people. Is there a possum today? Somebody let me know. Isaac says Mayfield gets 2 TDs and Ward with another pick. And LA says, how do you feel they do against this run? Melvin Gordon has been having a year thus far. Well, the Browns have been good against the run, but Melvin Gordon has been doing good. But what I am worried about with Melvin Gordon is Melvin Gordon coming out of the backfield and also receiving. He's doing that a lot more this year. Along with Austin Eckler, their backup running back, that's somebody we also have to look out for. They bring him in along with Melvin Gordon. We have to stop the run game, but we can't let the backs come out of the backfield and catch receptions. They like to do that with Phillip Rivers. They always have done that when they had Danny Woodhead. Melvin Gordon has done that a lot more this year, receiving out of the backfield, along with Austin Eckler, who comes in. He is also explosive as well. That is something they're going to have to defend against. So to answer the question, we have to stop Melvin Gordon's run game to try to make them one-dimensional so Myles Garrett and the crew can come at Phillip Rivers. But we also have to watch those backs out of the backfield because that is something that Phillip Rivers likes to do with Melvin Gordon and Austin Eckler. Clyde said his bold prediction and big dog is Carlos Hyde, 26 carries, 154 yards, and you just heard what big dogs do. Ladies and gentlemen, Greg says, what's up, my man? What up, Greg? Thank you for tuning in. Melvin Gordon, Austin Eckler, watch out for them two coming out of the backfield. We all know about Keenan Allen as well. Those three is who I'm watching out for. And he also looks for Mike Williams deep. We have to watch out for that. This offense is a lot more explosive than Baltimore's offense, but I think we can put up points on this defense. They haven't showed up like they have in the past. Joey Bosa is still out, so that helps, but they did shut down Oakland last week. Don't ask me how they did that, and we couldn't do it. But that is okay. I am not going to go on the pass. Jim says, number 6, shake and bake. Calvin says Phillip Rivers will get touched in this game. He'll get touched. What up, G? You got something? He said no. He will get touched. He will get touched. Phillip Rivers will get touched. Bruce is from California, and Mike Barnett says working hard. Dogs do it big today in Anaheim, California. Anaheim, California, in the comment section. John says, let's show the league today. We are here to stay. 31-13 Browns. Cassandra's in Phoenix, Arizona. Now, I was just talking to G about Phoenix, Arizona. I bet you the weather is beautiful there in Phoenix, Arizona. I guarantee you it's not cold there like it is here in Columbus, Ohio right now. Shout out to Phoenix, Arizona. Pat is in Springfield, Ohio. Go Browns. Jimmy's in Findlay, Ohio. And Mike says, has anybody seen the possum? We are looking for a possum. Hey, fans in Cleveland, Ohio, bring your possums. I know they're nasty looking, but hey, whatever it takes to win, ladies and gentlemen, whatever it takes to win. I want to thank everybody for making your comments and leaving your comments in the comment section. Let me know who's winning and why. Let me know who your big dog of the week is. Get it in the comment section. And speaking of the Cleveland Browns, Duke Johnson was in the news this week. He has not been happy with his amount of touches that he has been getting. So should Duke be getting more touches? I have talked about this a little bit. Duke Johnson hasn't touched the ball. I'm going to give you his numbers per game. 6, 5, 4, 6, and 6. That's how many times he's touched the ball this year. 6 game 1, 5 game 2, 4 game 3, 6 game 4, and 6 game 5. That's not enough for Duke Johnson. I agree with him. Now, should he have come out and said it? No. Keep it in-house. But he needs the ball more. He is a weapon. A weapon like that should not get the ball 6 times, especially when our receiving core is depleted. Now we are up to Jarvis Landry and Njoku, who are healthy. That's been with us from the start. Higgins is out with the MCL injury. The new receiver, I think his last name was Niles. He's also injured. We just signed Rashard Perriman because of the injuries that we have. Duke Johnson needs to touch the ball more.
Don't you think it's a little tough, though, when you got Chubb and Hyde? You just got a plethora of running backs there. I feel like either one of those guys could probably start on any other team in the league.
No, I don't, because you can use him as a receiver. I think you get him the ball in the passing game.
Line him up in the slot.
Right. I think you get him the ball out of the passing game like you see – I hate to use this name, but as you see New England do James White. Use him in the slot. Use him in the passing game. James White will have 4 carries for 20 yards, but then you see he have 11 catches for 80 yards. You can get him the ball, especially since we are lacking the weapons in the receiving game. There's no reason Duke can't get the ball. Now, I understand Hyde and Chubb are better runners between the tackles. I understand. But you can get him work in the passing game. You can get him the ball. We have the quarterback to do it. I want to see more touches for Duke. Just the weapon of having him out there, just the threat for defenses to look at him.
And how you think he feels being really the only running back still there, from last year.
From
the last couple seasons.
Yeah.
And now he just comes in basically being the third running back. So I can understand his frustrations for sure. But I will say, I do think there's a chance he's going to get his opportunities, because when have we seen Carlos Hyde finish a full season?
This year he will.
That's all I'm saying. I think he's going to get his chance at some point.
And I think he will today. I really do think he's going to get it today. When you come out and you say something like that and you have hurt receivers, I think they're going to get him going in the passing game today, especially. He is great in the passing game. When I see James White, I'm looking at, why can't Duke do that? Duke Johnson will be great in the passing game, in the slot, coming out of the backfield, doing wheel routes. What's the rule of not putting two running backs behind Baker?
It's tough to compare him to anybody, though, in New England. That's like a Tom Brady special.
Right. Well, Danny Woodhead did it with Phillip Rivers, and he did it with Tom Brady.
He's been doing that since Kevin Falk, if you remember going way back then.
Right. And Danny Woodhead left New England and still did it with Phillip Rivers.
You're saying Phillip Rivers. You're talking about legends.
Hey, didn't Drew Brees just say Baker Mayfield can be better than him?
Maybe at some point, but not right now.
I'm just saying.
And I want to appreciate everybody again who's making comments with us. We see all your comments, so if we're not saying your name or getting your comment in there, don't worry. We're trying to come down the list, and we're also here every Sunday, so you can check back in if we missed you today. But keep those comments coming in. I'm loving what I'm seeing here from everybody watching. And we had a great comment from Richard Lanning. He said, great channel. We appreciate you, Richard.
Thank you.
Make sure you subscribe on all social media, and especially YouTube. You guys need to get over to YouTube. That's where you can definitely not miss a show right there.
Yes, thank you, Richard. Thank you, Richard. Scott says 24-17. Steve says Baker, touchdown maker, 26 of 37, big dog of the week, 324 yards, 2 TDs, one rushing. Jim says Duke, more touches. Sam says use Duke in the slot. And John says slide Duke to the outside as receiver and still have Hyde and Chubb in there. So a lot of the fans want Duke to be used more as a receiving back in the slot or out wide. Just get him the ball. I agree, especially with the depleted receiving core that we have now. We're down to Landry, Ngochu. So get Duke the ball. Get Duke the ball. And Higgins was coming into his own, and then he went down. That hurt when I seen that, because Hollywood Higgins, I believe he had the most chemistry with Mayfield because they were running the second team together all summer long. And I hated seeing him go down. Natasha says, I just want them to score any way we can get it. And LA says, the rally possum is always there. It's in our hearts. He said, cue the corny music. I like that comment. Bond says, love the show. Appreciate it. Sam says, great show. Love it. Much appreciated. Love talking the Browns. Make sure you share this to every Browns fan you have, because it's really for the fans. I'm just here talking. As you've seen last week, I completely whiffed. And if you missed it, Joe Flacco, for some reason, I thought was going to do something. And I decided they were going to win last week. And the Browns proved me and Joe Flacco wrong, and I loved it. And now they have gave us all hope that we are back on the right track. And Rick says, go Browns from Wisconsin.
I've got another side note for everyone who loves the show. The Browns season is 16 games at least, at the least, but we're here all year. So Browns topics never stop. We're going to be here all off season as well. So make sure you guys check in every single Sunday.
Every Sunday. So if you get tired of looking at my face, you can also just listen on audio as well. So there is no excuses.
So we'll be here with you through the draft, OTAs, training camp, the whole shebang.
The whole shebang. Richard says, let me say something. This game can go our way, but we have to shut up the Chargers and the officials. We should be 5-0. Well, our kicker didn't help us on that one, but I see where he's going with that. And David says, maintain the lead in points off turnover is a must. Vaughn says, Duke is great on short passes. Aaron says, get the ball to Antonio Callaway. Well, Aaron, he has to catch the ball. He has to catch it first. I agree, but he needs to catch it. I caught out Peppers, and he played better last week. He was all over the field. I see you, Peppers. Antonio Callaway, the ball is your friend. Catch the ball. It's okay. He's killing me with the drops, but he is our deep threat. He stretches the field, but he's been having dropsies lately. Just catch the ball, Antonio Callaway. But we do need to get him down in LA with breaking news. James Burgess is active today. Look at the fans just giving us nuggets. I love it. Thank you, LA. And Michael says Duke will be the X factor today. And Scott says we need Duke, Chubb, and Hyde to have a big game. If we can get that start, then Baker to Landry and Callaway to finish it off. I like it, because let's be honest with each other. I don't want another close game. I don't want it to have to come down to kicking field goals. I just don't want it to come down to that. I don't want it to come down to having to rely on the kicker to win the game. First of all, it's too much stress on my heart. I can't take it. I want to have a game where we just dominate, we get the win, step on their throats, and that is it. We need to come out, show business, and that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's do it. Let me know who your big dog is. Let me know your scores and your predictions. But I want to ask you guys this question, as I just said, about close games. How confident are you guys in Greg Joseph after you watched last week's ending, after you watched him miss an extra point, and after you watched that kick? How confident are you in Greg Joseph? How confident? If the game's on the line again, Greg Joseph, how confident are you in him?
It's been a
From
wild
1
season.
to 10.
It's been a wild season for kickers all around.
Yeah. Yes, it has. From 1 to 10, how confident? Give me a number. How confident are you in Greg Joseph from 1 to 10? I seen an article that he had said that he's getting used to kicking game-winning field goals. Game-winning field goals. He's getting used to that. How confident are you? Clyde says 7.35. Kinsley says 27-14. Calvin says 34-16. Richard says, if we win, can we talk playoffs? And David says, not confident in our special teams coach. If I had to give a number how confident I am in Greg Joseph's, I'm going to give you a 6. I'm not going to give a 5 because a 5 is an F. And he did make a game-winning kick. But I'm going to give you a 6 because he missed an extra point. The game-winning kick he made, now, I heard it got tipped and I heard it didn't. But when he went to kick it, I'm going to tell you, a confident is when he goes to kick, you just go, we got this. And then when he misses, you are shocked. It's not like that with me with Greg Joseph. I'm not trying to put him down, but when he went to kick, I was nervous. My stomach was in knots. I'm like, oh my goodness, help me. Please go in. That's why I'm giving him a 6. Now, I know he's just starting to kick in the NFL. I know he's getting used to it, so he can get better. But right now, I'm giving it a 6. LA says he's at a 5.5, but he did the last kick partially blocked, so I'll give him a pass. So it was blocked. I always heard it wasn't, and it was, so I didn't know what to believe. So if it was partially blocked, then he can't do anything about that. That just shows our special teams aren't blocking the way they're supposed to. Robert says 24-10. Gerald says, what happened to the right tackle? 28-21. And Calvin said this show is also subscribing. Awesome, also.
This show is also.
This show is also. Come on, Corey. This show is awesome. Subscribing to all. Thank you, Calvin. Appreciate it.
I wanted to comment on Richard Lanning's comment about the playoffs. I just want to say, calm down, take it easy.
I was gonna get to that too.
Maybe try to win 2 games in a row first. Then maybe let's just calm down a little bit. But real quick, before you move on to that, I just want to let people know, because we ain't done it in a while, and a lot of people just tuning in love the show. You can call in too. We can actually take a couple calls if anybody wants to chime in. It's 1-866-217-1966. It doesn't cost a thing. You can call right in and chime in on the show if you'd like.
1-866-217-1966. And getting to the playoffs, if we were 5-0 right now, I would be talking, hey, watch out now. Y'all better watch out. We are coming for you guys. But we're 2-1. Pump the brakes a little bit. Even if we win today, I'm taking it game by game with our team. We are a lot better than last year, but I'm taking it game by game. One game at a time. I know that is the most clicheest answer you can give, but that's where I'm going. Game by game. I will not look into the future when it comes to playoff talk or none of that. We got a rookie quarterback, which, hey, this swag's on a million, but game by game. I must have missed something because Calvin says my wife says we look like brothers. I must have missed a comment before.
I'm guessing maybe you and him.
Oh, maybe
maybe his wife's seen the show.
Oh,
and was
okay.
like, hey, he kind of looks like you.
Okay.
He looks like you, baby. You look like him.
Richard says, but we should have been. And Milton says, bring back Phil Dawson. And Steve says, if we can handle our business against the Chargers and Tampa, there will be an epic showdown against Pittsburgh. Might be for the rights of the first place in the division. Milton says, bring back Phil Dawson. And Calvin says she's cracking up, so you were right. Hey. Lost long brother out there.
Well, that means you should tune in every week.
Every week, man. Come on, every week. Give a call. And Gerald says, who is starting at right tackle today? Go Browns. Well, I do know this. Martavius Bryant is not playing today because it just went off on my phone. I didn't ask it to.
Martavius Bryant.
Yeah, for the Raiders. My phone just went off.
Random alert.
Random alert. Like, I don't even want that.
There you go if you're playing fantasy football.
All right. Calvin says, hey, bro, who's playing for right tackle? Let me see if I can get that. Mike says, we win our division. Playoffs is a must. And Calvin says, every week I am there.
Appreciate you, Calvin.
Appreciate you, Calvin. Chargers at 1 p.m. today. Calvin says he might have to come to visit to be on the show.
Hey, message the page, Calvin.
Message the
we'll talk
page.
to you about that a little bit.
Patreon. Also, patreon.com. Hashtag everything Browns. If you want to,
You can see it right above his head.
become part of the Browns Nation. We can give you more shows than one a week. Go up to Patreon / I always say / everything Browns, so we can give you more than one show a week because we want to be here every day if we could to talk Browns. Patreon.com / everything Browns.
And you guys don't forget about SoundCloud and iTunes and Google Play, too. So you got to search EBSN online, subscribe to that channel, and you will find Everything Browns Nation podcast right there.
Thank you, G. Get your big dogs in the comment section, ladies and gentlemen. Bold predictions. Phillip Rivers coming into town. He's averaging 299 yards passing a game. That is 13th in the league. 13th in the league for the Browns, for the Chargers. He likes to throw the ball. He likes to get it in the air. We have to touch him, as one of our comments said, have to touch him. Myles Garrett has to get to him. The defensive line has to get to him. We have to get to him without blitzing, in my opinion, so we can get all the coverage as possible. If the front four can get to Phillip Rivers without blitzing, that makes it so much better than blitzing and giving Phillip Rivers the chance to dissect the defense. We have to get to him with the front four to stop the passing game. Milton says, what's the oldest kicker in the league?
I'd say Adam Vinatieri.
Adam Vinatieri for sure. And he's still just
Phil Dawson might be right behind him, though,
still booming them in.
because he made a comment about Phil Dawson as well.
And Richard says he's awaiting the return of the Cleveland Gladiators off the subject. Calvin says he will get touched and not by an angel. And Eddie says, big dogs, Chubbs, 11 carries, 92 yards, 2 TDs. And LA says neat coverage sacks, Agba, watch. So he's calling for Agba.
You missed Mike Young's
Did I?
big dog. He says Denzel Ward.
Denzel Ward, big dog of the game. Mike Young, I missed it. Good looking.
That's mine as well.
And hey, I wouldn't argue with that. He has been doing his thing. And that's what big dogs do. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks everybody for making a comment. Steve says 14-10, Browns with late touchdown. Browns get 3 turnovers. However, still a young team and needs to grow on belief of where they are. I cannot find who is starting for right tackle. They are not telling me. I am trying to find. Give me the information, Browns. Who is starting for right tackle? Bold predictions. Last week, we all know who I said was going to win. I picked the Ravens. And I failed miserably. Milton says Chubb should get 100 yards today. All right. LA says Hubbard. So Hubbard is starting today. Thank you, LA. Hubbard is starting. Haven't. LA says haven't. I picked the Ravens last week. And I failed. Miserably. Haven't heard anything different. Not Hubbard, sorry. Haven't heard anything different. Thank you. What up, everyone? What up, Corey? Marco's in the building. I need your YouTube channel, says Richard. It's Everything Browns Nation. You can subscribe to it. Go ahead and give that a subscribe. Last week I picked the Ravens. It looks like everybody in the comments is on the Browns to beat the Chargers. Everybody is on the Chargers. Every single person. Debbie Go Browns in Colorado rooting for my dogs. Milton 28-10. The keys for the Browns to win today for me. Cleveland has got to clean up the penalties. They're 9th in the league on offense, 292 yards in penalties. The Chargers are all the way down at 22. That shows me discipline. When we make a big play, I need it to stick. Doug says 27-20 Chargers. So there's one person in the comment section that says Chargers. So everybody but Doug is on Cleveland to win this game.
Gerald said Hubbard's on the inactive list, and I believe if that is the case, you're looking at Greg Robinson.
Yep. Looking
So
at
there you go.
Robinson. I thought he had said Hubbard, but LA meant haven't heard anything yet, not Hubbard. So.
Well, somebody commented and said Hubbard's
Yeah,
on
Hubbard.
the-
I seen that,
okay.
yeah. And Eddie says, I'm sorry, I have to say Chargers 16-14. So that's 2 Chargers, 27-20 and 16-14. So do I make the mistake by the lake again and pick against my Browns? Well, at the beginning of the year, if you watched show 1 of the regular season, and I was talking to G before we even started, this was a game I had the Browns winning. And I'm not going to change now. I'm going to have the Browns winning this game. And I don't think it's going to be a defensive battle last week, like last week, 12-9. I think the Cleveland Browns are going to beat the San Diego used to be Chargers, now the Los Angeles Superchargers. Go Chargers, go. I think the Browns win 28-24. And my big dog of the week, who is going to come out because he is the second weapon now, David Njoku. Baker looks for him along with Landry. David Njoku is my big dog of the week. He will have 7 catches for 93 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's 7 for 93 and 2 touchdowns. 28-24. I have the Browns winning this ball game at home. They're undefeated, 2-0-1 at home. Baker and the Browns feed off the home energy. The last time the Chargers came into this stadium, they snapped the losing streak that year when we went 1-15. I think we can pull this out 28-24 at home. Baker to Njoku, Baker to Landry, and Baker to Duke Johnson. Those are the looks I'm looking for on offense. 28-24. Cleveland Browns win. We go 3-2-1 heading to Tampa Bay. That is my prediction. Please don't make me wrong, Cleveland. Don't make me wrong.
Man, you and I are always kind of similar on our scores, but today I'm going to have a little, our scores are the same, but I got the teams flipped. So I'm going with the Chargers today, 28-24, bold prediction. Denzel Ward gets in the end zone some way, somehow. I don't know exactly how, but he's going to score a touchdown today. But unfortunately, the Browns will lose 28-24.
And hopefully when we come back next week, producer G is wrong and I can loop that audio.
Let's do it.
And replay it, and the Browns win. David says protect Baker. O-line, step it up. home field has to be an advantage today. It has to be because, like I said, we have a young quarterback. The team energizes on the home field. 28-24. I'm sticking with it. Go Browns. Ladies and gentlemen, that is our show today. Cleveland Browns beat the Los Angeles Chargers 28-24. Make sure you tune in next week. We are on every week, Gerald, 11 o'clock, 11 to 12. Every week, Gerald, 11 to 12. Every week, make sure you check us out, Gerald. And if you missed anything, ebsnonline.com, iTunes, Google Play, SoundCloud. Subscribe to our YouTube. You can watch us on there, too. We're all over the place, Gerald. Natasha says Browns have to play little penalties in order to win. Steve says hard to pick against the Browns in their house. They have showed up all season undefeated at home. Greg says I want to pick 6 today. Josh says let's see a W. Laura says see you on Tuesday, Corey. Josh says go Dogs. Gerald says thank you. And Marco says you're going to start a LeBron show starting next week. It'll probably be after football. And Laura says stay warm. I got all the comments that I can see ending the show. I'm Corey. That's Producer G. Everything Browns Nation. I will see y'all next week after the Browns win. I will catch y'all. Yeah.